Welcome to Hubbards Journey, and I'm Michael, and this is Andrea.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And look, does this look a little familiar?
Does this look familiar? This is where the Wake Show is played, and we just stumbled on this place.
It's very cool.
So what are we going to talk about today?
Well, we're going to talk about the guy.
The guy?
The guy.
The guy? Am I the guy?
You are the guy.
I'm the guy.
I didn't know he was the guy.
I didn't know I was the guy.
And what do we mean by the guy? Well, we're going to tell you in a second, because Michael is going to sit down with two guests that we met on the Island Princess. And they came up to him and said, "You're the guy."
I happened to meet them, Rob and Renee. She says, the minute he smiled, I said, yep, that's the guy.
All right, well, Michael's going to sit down with them. Let's take a look.
All right, let's go. All right, we've got Rob and Renee here. Tell them how we met. Can you bring me back to how we met?
Let's see. We saw the guy walking on the pool deck, smiling as usual. Then we saw the guy in the dining hall. It took about 3 times for my wife to realize that I wasn't making this up. She was like, "No way. You just saw him on YouTube." I said, "That's the guy."
The question was, Renee, how did we meet on the cruise?
We intersected at the elevators. You were coming from one corridor, we were coming from another. And it wasn't until I saw the smile before you stepped to go up the next level. And I said, "Wait, YouTuber?" And you smiled again. And I said, "You're the guy."
You're the guy. Oh, my God. I love that. You know what? I love your personality, too.
Thank
and I
you.
appreciate you actually stopping me.
Been on cruises before, but we've never been on a princess cruise. So now, in this day and age, people, first thing they do, they pretty much go on YouTube, try to critique, get some pros and cons on, what's good and bad on their future travels. So we saw a few videos, but none of them really got our attention. And then we saw this guy. I mean, he had the biggest smile on his face, and he was just so energetic. He just had a lot of personality. And he, pretty much gave you the truth. He told you the goods about the cruise, told you the bads, what to look out for. But he always made it seem so like it's just not a bad thing. Either way you go.
Thank you.
So, Renee?
You have some that just give negative reviews. And your reviews were true, but to the point. Not all negative. Many positives, many plus, something that we were looking for to sell us on this cruise. And you are the reason we are here on the Island Princess today.
Really?
You are the reason.
Really?
Yep.
I appreciate it. I really, really do.
Yeah,
But this is our first princess.
The first princess.
First princess.
First princess.
I had to go on the love boat.
The love boat.
Yeah.
Do you love the horn? Like when they play the horn? Have you heard the love boat horn?
No.
Where the hell have you been on this cruise? Now, we had a pretty amazing Caribbean itinerary, I think.
Did.
Yeah.
Have you been to any of these ports before?
Just one.
Just one. Which one?
St. Martin.
That was in 1998.
You remember what happened in 1998?
We don't remember.
It was a good year.
anything.
It was.
It was a good year. I don't remember 1998.
Yeah.
But I can understand, it was like 1999, it's real close.
Anytime that we go to a different island or different destination, our first thing is we want to know the background of the country or the island. We want to do a city tour. We want to see some great heritage sites or whatever you want to call them. We want to get to know the place that we're visiting. My brothers and other relatives, they said that they have their vacation through ours. So they see the crazy videos and interaction that we have with people, and they love it. So they're like, "I don't need to travel. I'll just look at you guys."
I wonder if we can get them as subscribers.
All right.
All these excursions that you did, you do them through the cruise ship? Did you do them on your own? How did those all come about so far?
We pick and choose, right?
We do.
So in the beginning, because we haven't been to any of these islands except St. Martin, we kind of booked a few in advance. Because if not, you're really going to be just walking around the town. And if we're here 8 hours, you want to do something. Right?
I like where you're at. So what we typically do is we'll go out and walk around town. Okay, you see what he said, walk around town. But what we do when we walk around town, we talk to all the different people. We ask them about where's the best place to go, what's this, what's that, and then our next time we go, we'll usually do an excursion. It was the first one, same one, the one that you've been to before. That would make sense that you would remember that one first.
I can tell you why. Because we did the Flying Dutchman. Now, this is a zip line, 1,080 feet at the top of a mountain, and it drops you down
45 seconds.
45 seconds, straight down. There's no curvature, there's no, you're just flying down.
And you did that too?
They put it up in 2017.
Yep.
Wow.
And the funny thing is, out of all the men and women that were up there, who do you think were screaming? The guys.
The guys.
Not the ladies. It was the guys screaming. It was hilarious.
St. Kitts. Did you get off in St. Kitts?
Yes. We did the cruise to, is it Nevis?
Yeah.
Nevis. A catamaran snorkel.
And snorkel. That was more of a laid-back tour, and I think we just wanted to go to the other island just because nothing extravagant. Martinique.
And we saw the guy and his wife.
They were at the port welcoming everybody to Martinique.
So I was taking a picture and I heard you guys talking. I was like, oh my goodness, that was the guy and his wife.
And here I go again. I'm like, there's the guy.
I think you're going to coin a new phrase for me. The guy.
The guy.
I think I might have to do a new thing instead of Hubbard's Journey. The guy.
The guy.
We'll stick with the Hubbards journey. I found it to be interesting. I saw all those sailboats. Was that a regatta? Was that what that was?
Regattas.
That was a regatta.
Yeah, for the rich people. You know, these
Oh,
guys,
it was for the rich people.
Yeah, you know, these guys, they have a lot of money and they get these fancy little sailboats and they fly all around the Caribbean. You know, us regular people like the guy and ourselves. You know, we're just frequent travelers, just trying to live our life, you know, and, you know, enjoy our days here.
So we ended up walking around Martinique, and I lost all my footage. I actually had a great video on that whole island, what we did, walking tour, and I lost it all.
Well, I have a bonus for you guys.
Oh, what's the bonus?
I'm going to give our footage of the beautiful rainforest and waterfalls to the guy, and he can share it with you guys.
Are you really going to do that?
I'm going to do that.
Did you hear that? Rob's really gonna do that.
Waterfall tour and the city tour. It was pretty cool. The waterfall was beautiful. With Barbados, they have these big, giant underground cave that was carved out the limestone and the coral. And it's a tram tour. And they take you deep in there, and they actually had a waterfall in that cave. Believe it or not, a giant waterfall. It wasn't a small trickle. So we went over and, you know, walked over there, got some
fresh
water that they say will be the fountain of youth.
Fountain of youth?
Yeah, it seems like every island.
I think it's working.
Every island has a fountain of youth. This is my fountain of youth.
Oh, geez, I'll have some.
And it's also an eco park, so you can walk on some little bridges, do a little climbing. They have a bird sanctuary, and we can share some of those videos as well. Renee, she had pigeons parking on her head.
Oh, don't tell me they pooped.
And they had
no.
You got
came to my shoulder, walked on my arm.
Wow. In Barbados, we like the beach there. There's one beach there that we walk there from the cruise ship. I mean, it's very shallow, no rocks, beautiful white sand. We love that beach. We really, really do.
The next port would have been Grenada. Not Grenada. Grenada. This is when the party starts. And first stop was another waterfall. So you go through the rainforest. Now this waterfall was a little different. So you have these locals that will climb up about 40, 50 feet up. They have a little tip box there, and they'll get up there and they'll start clapping and get you all riled up. And then you just see this guy, it looks like he just dropped out the sky. Because they're so so high up. You would never want to do anything like that.
People
Yeah,
do
and
their-
the spices, oh my goodness.
Oh, they had spices
Tell 'em about
everywhere.
it.
Oh,
didn't
you
they?
can smell them. They were, it smelled up the entire rainforest, the area that we were in. You could just smell it.
The spices in the actual forest?
They were actually cutting them up, making
Yeah.
necklaces of the spices.
Because those are the trees there. So you got all your spices right in those trees.
Wow.
Right there.
They're the local market where all
Okay.
the spices were. I thought that's what you were talking about. No, you were talking where the actual spices
Yeah,
are.
where the
in
actual
freaking
spices
jungle.
are.
Yeah, so if you wanted something fresh, they just go up to a tree, chop it up real there, and bag it up and say, here you go. Nutmeg, turmeric, I mean, you name it. They
One
had it all.
necklace had it all. Is Grenada where you were playing with the monkeys?
I said, well, are we allowed to feed the monkeys? She said, yeah. So she went and she got me some bananas. Soon as they saw me get those bananas, they're popping on the rooftops. So now everybody on our tour
Really?
bus, they're getting their cameras out. They're like, they're getting the photos, and it's looking good.
Looking good.
It's
isn't it?
looking good.
It's looking
For a
good.
second
For
only.
about 2 seconds. As soon as I pulled those bananas out, I got attacked by
By monkeys?
They were climbing up, jumping
they were bouncing all
everywhere.
over me. But the good thing was, they didn't hurt me. They didn't scratch me. They just wanted the bananas. After I amused all the tourists there, we're walking to the bus, and my tour guide said, hey, come over here. She has this guy. He has a monkey this big, but it's trained. And he had my wife and I hold our hands like this. He'll put a piece of banana on there, and the monkey just jumps over there, sits there, and poses.
It does.
Perfect picture every time.
Are you kidding me?
Yes, perfect picture every time.
I gave him I held my hand this way, he took his piece of banana, a slice of banana,
man.
crawled up my shoulder, laid his head on mine.
These guys, they've traveled all over the world. You've been to Thailand. You've been to I think you said
Cambodia,
Egypt, Cambodia. So you guys got some travel under your
Yeah,
belt.
South Africa, we've been around.
They've been around, so they're not novice at traveling.
We usually send ourselves postcards from places we visit. None of the post offices were open on this trip, or they couldn't send items to the U.S. for us.
Yeah, they told us they weren't going to do it.
They told us they weren't going to do it.
Not
on this
sending
trip.
anything to the U.S.
So we have some postcards.
in every port that you
In
went
every
to?
port.
So it's funny you brought that up because we've already traveled all 7 continents. We sent postcards from every continent that we were basically at.
Cool.
And you would think Antarctica, you'd be like, "Where's the frickin' post office there?"
Right.
Right? Well, Santa Claus came out.
There you go.
He had a bag. We threw all our mail in there. He took care of it. No, actually, they have a post office
Okay.
in Antarctica.
Okay.
They came on the ship. They took all our mail, all our postcards and stuff, and it had to be 3 months later. We got the postcard in the mail. We weren't home. Our daughter was home. She said, "Hey, you got a postcard from Antarctica." Let's get back focused on our islands. What's the next island?
Trinidad. I'm not going to say Tobago because we didn't go to Tobago. So we're just going to say Trinidad.
But they always say Trinidad and Tobago,
Tobago.
It
right?
sounds good. Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah. Tobago. Tomato, Tobago. So let's go to Trinidad. Now, before I hear what you've got to say, I really want to talk about what we did. We actually walked off the ship. Like I said at the beginning, most ports, that's the first time we're there at the port, we go out and we look at the port. We get to talk to the people. What's it like? Does it feel safe? Or, other stuff like that. We got off the ship. We walked to the port area. We walked all the way up the promenade. And then we went to Frederick Street. We went to Charlotte Street. We went to the church at the very end of the street. So we got to see all that, and we got to see the people. By the way, I think we were probably the only tourists. We didn't see any other tourists at all.
Wow.
But it was definitely an uneasy feeling. I don't know if you've ever experienced this, no matter where you are in the world, where you're walking down a street and you're like, something just doesn't feel right here. It just doesn't feel right. Has that ever happened to you guys? Like anywhere that all your world travels, like you go?
My wife's cautious of any and everything.
Egypt.
Egypt.
I think Egypt was on high alert when we went. Some of the buildings were still smoking from bombs.
What?
Yeah,
I hope you got
we-
that trip on a discount.
Well, actually, we did. We were the only Americans on that ship.
Yeah.
But it was cool because they rolled out the red carpet. They gave us everything.
So we just felt that. And you felt that before in your travels where,
Yeah.
something just doesn't feel right.
Absolutely.
I researched it before we left. They were on level 3 before we even got on the ship.
Really? Really?
Yeah, they were.
So we already knew that. So behind the gates in the port, you have local taxi drivers, and you have a little market there. But everybody behind those gates, they're registered with the port of Trinidad.
Authority.
Can I stop you for 1 second?
Okay.
Because he told me this story, and what I found interesting about this story, not to interrupt,
Okay.
you're on a roll, he's on a roll, but there's a big key piece here.
So the taxi drivers, they're running up to you because they want the business.
Correct.
A lot of them were guys. It was only one female, and I said, "We want you." She said, "I'll tell you what, for choosing me, I know the tour is $100, and I'm just supposed to do a little city tour." She said, "You can have me all day,
Wow.
all day, and I'm
Wow.
gonna take you anywhere you want to go. I can show you all the hot spots, all the scenic spots, and the most famous part of Trinidad." And here's the good thing about the taxi drivers on the port. When we got in that taxi, before we got to that gate, there's a port authority personnel there. And he has a clipboard, and he said, "How many people you have in the car?" She said, "2 people." She said, "What is their names?" They wrote down our names. They were like, "What ship they're on?" So they wrote down the ship number. "What's their cabin number?" She said, "How much are you charging them?" So she had to tell them,
All in front of us.
And they said, "What time do you plan on returning?"
So you felt safe
I was
with
safe.
that process.
I felt safe.
You lucked out with her, that
Yeah.
one
Her name
woman.
was Janelle.
Her name is
Janelle.
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 She told us what we should try. One was the pineapple chow.
Pineapple chow. You gotta try it.
Like to try anything, I'm afraid. It was pineapple, their type of what spice did she say it
Pepper.
was? But it was mainly pepper.
With spicy pepper.
Pineapple with
pepper?
spicy pepper.
So
It
if you
was,
have any allergies, any congestions, it'll clear it right up.
The
was
natural way. The
Pineapple
natural
chow. So you're going up one
First.
side of the mountain to come on the other side of the mountain
Wow.
to the famous
Maracas Beach.
Maracas Beach.
Maracas Beach.
Maracas Beach.
Maracas
Oh
Beach.
yeah. You can think of Trinidad whatever you want to, but until you come to this beach, you will feel like you're in Hawaii. I couldn't believe it. You got mountscapes on both sides. You got palm trees lined up across the sand. The sand is pristine. Not one rock, not one shell, not one pebble. And it's a beach town. So it's not just a beach. So they got restaurants, they have gas station there, they have bar there. So what they did to kind of put all of us tourists in our comfort zone, police units were out there, and they just posted up, made their presence. So if something
Was to go down.
it wasn't going down.
It wasn't going down.
Because
They were stopping it before it
The
goes down.
Trinidad police have submachine guns, and they have them strapped in the front so you can see them.
Ready to go.
Yeah, you don't even want to bump into them. So the locals there, they rent beach chairs, umbrellas. They're number one seller in Trinidad.
And Janelle said, try the bacon shark. I thought, okay, bacon with shark, but it was just the name.
It was a lot of people from the ship that came because Maracas Beach is their number one location. Everybody got in line to get bake and shark. Bake and shark. Not bacon shark. Bake and shark. Best fish sandwich you'll ever have in your life.
I appreciate you breaking it down, by the way. Because I'm thinking it's like bacon,
Oh, no,
like
for
the
the
pork,
That's
like
how
the
she
pork
pronounced
bacon.
it, yes.
For the first 2 hours, we're looking at each other like, bacon shark? Bacon shark. Okay.
Told me it would be the best fish sandwich I ever had in my life.
Yeah.
So I said, I'll just try a small, teeny pinch. I tried that pinch and I wanted another pinch. By the time I could tell Rob to go get my own, the line was so long with everyone from the cruise ship.
Wow.
So I never got that fish sandwich again.
Wait.
Then we went, she took us downtown. We saw the Magnificent Seven. These are 7 mansions. Renee, because of her bright personality, we're just out there taking pictures. And it just so happens that one of the owners from one of the mansions saw her, like, come on in. So Renee, she's posing by the fountain and everything.
She was preparing
I'm
for a
still on the
wedding.
outside taking pictures of the street. And she comes back with all these remarkable pictures. I said, where'd you take that? Well, we went inside. I said, what do you mean you went inside?
She invited me in
the
before
lady
the
just
wedding.
let us in.
Oh, man.
So it was crazy.
And because you were on that tour and you got the tour from the port, you felt comfortable the whole time?
I felt
Absolutely.
comfortable the whole
Awesome,
time.
awesome. We had a little contrast here because we got off and we walked and we had this uneasy feeling. So next time we go to Trinidad, we're looking for Janelle.
Janelle.
There's no doubt in my mind because, like I said, we always walk the port first, and then the next time we go back, we'll do an excursion. So where did we end up going after that?
Bonaire.
The blow carts. They're like small go-karts that you control by sail, by wind sail.
Oh.
Has a track near the Caribbean Sea. And we were just using the sails to pick up speed to go around this track. Cars never stopped. There was always wind to get.
Wow.
The rod was just flying around the track. So you had to be really strong to pull. So Rob was showing off, just flying around the
Well,
track.
I can't
with
picture
us
Rob
women.
showing off.
Ladies like, here he comes. Wow. I got this sucker going like halfway up there.
Yeah.
But it's fun. If you're really into history, this is true history. First of all, a lot of these islands were built on the backs of slaves. So I don't know if a lot of us know that, but it is what it is. In Bonaire, they wanted to preserve a site where the slaves were brought over and had to work in the salt mines. And when I stood up inside, my head was touching.
And they
the
slept.
top.
They slept how many?
And they slept 6 to 8 slaves in each of these huts that were probably 6 by 6.
If that.
The unique thing about this is they're different color huts. So they had white, they had
Red,
red,
a yellowish
yellow.
orange. Mm-hmm.
And that's how the slave owners determined which slaves belonged to them. By the colors.
By the color
By
of
the
the
color
hut.
of the
By the
hut.
color of the hut.
So there were 1,000 stairs, and they went along the coast for them to visit their family by foot.
And to add to
Wow.
that,
Mm-hmm.
it is no impossible way that you and I can walk on that beach because it's all coral. It's all rock. So unless you have swim shoes, can you imagine walking barefooted?
No way.
But if you're an avid snorkeler, that is a good place to snorkel. You'll see a lot of turtles. You'll see a lot of fish. I mean, they're right there. They're right there.
Isn't that the number one dive site?
Yeah.
Number one dive site in the world is
Yep.
Bonaire.
Okay.
In Grand Turk.
That was the best snorkel site, I believe, was Grand Turk.
Now, do you get out there and you snorkel as well?
I did at Grand Turks. The catamaran that we were on parked right there on the deep end and the shallow, and we were right there to see that 7,000-foot drop.
Did you
It
go
was
into
beautiful.
that 7,000-foot water?
We went
And got right out.
Right where the water went from light to dark?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and some people, they were like
Some
trying
people
to go
were
down.
diving.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, they were doing it. I was like, nope, I can see just right
The
here.
fish were
I
actually
would be
different.
afraid like something would suck you down.
See, I thought the same thing. You know, I said, that's all I need is the Kraken to just come out of nowhere and get me down there.
Believe
but
it
anyway,
or not, the
yeah.
fish were different. The fish over that 7,000-foot drop were a different color and different species than the ones that stayed on the more shallow end.
Wow, that's a great tidbit.
So the next question is, so what kind of fish did you see? So I'm going to give you your answer. We saw yellow fish. We saw some blue fish. We saw some striped fish. We saw some white fish. We saw some big fish. We saw some little fish.
Which one?
Man.
What else?
Believe it or not, I don't know how to swim. And I am petrified of
Okay.
water.
Did you hear that? He's on a cruise ship, an avid cruiser, and he doesn't know how to swim.
I do not.
Okay.
So don't be afraid of cruising if you don't know how to swim. We'll go to the beach I'll kind of like tiptoe in the water. I don't go all the way in.
Okay.
Andrea will always go in the water.
All right.
She's hit every body of water in the world that we've been to.
Okay.
And I'm nervous wreck going in the water. I really am. Hats off to you guys going over that 7,000 foot water. Ay, chihuahua. I gotta ask you a question. How many times have you been called Smokey Robinson? Doesn't he look like Smokey Robinson?
Several times.
Oh, can you like hum
I
a tune?
cannot sing anything.
You can't hum.
No.
But I'll tell you, you're very handsome.
Thank you very much.
I bet
don't
he
know
gets
how.
that all
I
the
don't know how I should take that from the guy. If your wife said I was very handsome, I'd be okay with it.
Yeah, but I think Renee agrees with me.
I agree.
I'm gonna slide over this
Some
way.
of the other ladies agree on the
But
trip
do you agree with the
also.
Smokey Robinson?
I agree with the Smokey
Oh,
Robinson.
my
taking.
God, the beautiful eyes. You got the beautiful
There he
eyes.
goes
You got
again.
it. Oh, man.
I'm taking.
So when you look at your whole journey on this Island Princess, what would be your highlight, your top highlight about the ship?
You actually asked
The ship.
It's meeting the guy. The guy.
Meeting the guy.
Meeting the guy.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Bada bing that.
Did you subscribe before getting on the ship or after getting on the ship?
Well, we took the cheap way out. We didn't subscribe at all. We did give you some likes, though.
What I can tell you about these two people
Yeah.
is they are down to earth. They love people. So I can understand why everything was amazing. You guys look at life in a big picture and you embrace life. And I appreciate you doing this video with us.
What are the chances of meeting the guy and his
The
wife
guy.
Right?
that had us come on this cruise just by me watching the video?
Yeah, that.
What are the chances of that?
And
What
you're in
are
a
the
video.
chances?
Yeah.
And I'm in a video.
And we're in a video.
What are the chances of that?
And I'm just gonna come in here and say thank you because
Aw.
Michael did this interview, but you guys have been amazing, and I'm
Thank
so
you.
glad you said that's the guy, and I'm gonna go talk to him.
I'm so glad too. And
Thank
by the
you.
way, we have these koozies that we like to give you.
Wow.
And there's a
QR
barcode, QR code.
So you can subscribe.
I knew it. I knew it was coming.
You can subscribe. QR code to subscribe.
There you go.
Awesome.
Thank you for watching. And this is where I say, ciao for now.
We'll see you soon.
Thanks for watching, but there's more to explore,
And don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
so you never miss any adventures.
Click on one of these videos to keep the journey going.
And this is where I say ciao for now.
We'll see you soon.